News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. So the question is what Donald J. Trump said today somehow a threat to Liz Cheney? I don't know if you caught it. It was said during the rally with Tucker Carlson last night that they had, and it's being called a threat, an alleged threat, an attempt on, or encouragement of a threat to take out Liz Cheney, to shoot her or something. And I want you to hear it yourself in full context. Here's what he said at a rally last night.
50 different countries. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person. And I used to I'd have meetings with a lot of people, and she always wanted to go to war with people.
Okay, so there you go. Kamala said this in response today.
And then, even worse, he has increased his violent rhetoric, Donald Trump has, about political opponents, and in great detail, suggested rifles should be trained on former Representative Liz Cheney. And then...
Okay, that was it. So, obviously, if you're listening to the tape, Trump did not say that there should be a firing squad for Liz Cheney because I don't like her. That is how the media has been doing it. They've been insane. Here they are this morning, pretending like Trump said, kill her, kill her, kill her. Listen to this. This is great. If I can push the right button, here we go.
In great
Hold on. There we go.
Political foe. Violent rhetoric. Donald Trump going after political foe Liz Cheney.
Donald Trump calling for Liz Cheney being shot in the face.
This is not acceptable. This is so dangerous.
Wasn't that statement a disqualifying statement?
It should.
Why is he allowed to run for president?
I fled communism. This is exactly what communists do. Yep. They shoot their opponents.
Let's just be clear. When you talk about 9 barrels, I'm sorry for all the folks out there who want to dance on the head of a pin. That is what he is talking about, an execution fantasy.
All right. Did you hear an execution fantasy? Did you hear him calling for the assassination or the murder or firing squad shooting and killing Liz Cheney? Or did you hear him saying Liz Cheney is a war hawk? He always wants to send our kids out to war. She always wants to send our kids out to war. But unless she was the one facing war, then she wouldn't, is basically what he said. Everybody knows that. Trump gave his own explanation of that today. Here it is.
She kills people. She wanted to, even in my administration, she was pushing that we go to war with everybody. And I said, if you ever gave her a rifle and let her do the fighting, if you ever do that, she wouldn't be doing too well, I will tell you right now. But she's a war hawk. She wants to go kill people unnecessarily. And if she had to do it herself and she had to face the consequences of battle, she wouldn't be doing it. So it's easy for her to talk, but she wouldn't be doing it. She's actually a disgrace.
Maybe Kamala doubled and tripled down, and maybe the media doubled and tripled down on this because they fear losing Pennsylvania, Nevada, Georgia, Arizona, North Carolina, and as I mentioned first, Pennsylvania. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because the jobs report came out to you. I'm going to ask producer Garrett. This is great. Because he's got his eye on things, but he doesn't get into the granular. That's my job. Do you know how many the jobs report was released today, saying how many jobs this great administration created? Kamala has been bragging time and time and time again, saying Bidenomics is working, Bidenomics is great. And then she was asked, would you change anything if you get elected? She said, there's nothing I can think of that I would do differently for the next 4 years that has happened over the last 4. So just take a guess how many jobs were created that last year. The economists and the so-called experts were saying 200,000 was their guess. That was the projection. Take a guess how many jobs came out this month when the brand new report came out today. No, 100,000. That would be anemic, right? It'd be half of what was predicted. 12,000 jobs. Hey, 12,000. Now, was that for Dallas County or Texas? No, that's for the whole country. Hey, producer Garrett, can you do the math on that? What's 50 divided by 12,000? Let's see how many jobs. It's like 1,000 jobs in a month. Woo! There's too many. We can't handle it. Captain, we're doing the whaling. There's whales everywhere. How many we have out there? 12. What? They're everywhere. They're flying out of the sky. What is that? Yeah, whatever the math. Yeah, 12,000 divided by 50. Wait. 240? Okay. Is it like 2,040? No. Oh my gosh, you're right. Because 50 times 240 is what? Is that 12,000? Oh my gosh. Every state this year created this month it was about 240 jobs. Woo! California, what do they have? We've got like 30 million. 12 jobs! It's like the count. 12. I have 12 jobs for Texas. Do you think maybe that's why they said, he said to shoot and kill her? Kill! He's a dictator! So this is going to move your vote, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe you believe this. This is like the gentleman, and I respectfully say this to him, but boy, was he wrong. He said that Trump said there were fine people on both sides. I'm like, are you that in that much of a bubble cloud that you don't know that that's not what he said at all? Did you not listen to like 20 seconds earlier as he was talking? How he said it, you had no context because you apparently pay attention to the bubble. But so I'll just ask you. Maybe you think I'm wrong here. Do you think Trump was saying Liz Cheney should be shot or something else? Was this a bad misstep on Trump's part? Will this affect his chances of winning in 4 days? Is Kamala trying to blow this up to take advantage of what he said and maybe distract from the horrifying jobs numbers? Can you believe that? 12 jobs per state in a month. Woo! By the way, a lot of more government jobs. That's the $6.8 trillion these people have spent, which launched us into inflation. 800-288-WBAP is our number. Chime in right now. 800-288-9227. 800-288-WBAP. Do you think Trump was saying Liz Cheney should be shot or something else? Was this a bad misstep on Trump's part, or will this affect his chances in 4 days? You think it'll turn people off? And is Kamala trying to blow this up to take advantage of what he said? Maybe. I don't know. I noticed Joe Biden. I don't know if you caught this. This is great. I'm going to tell you what happened to Joe Biden, too, coming up next as well. You're going to love this. Joe Biden had several calls with the media, like media calls or something like that, with the campaign for Kamala. I can't wait to tell you about that, where that's at. Oh, also, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to read you the full transcript, and I'll play it again in case you missed it. But do you honestly think Trump said that Liz Cheney should be shot in the face, as the liberal Democrat press was saying? Or do you actually think he was saying she's a war hawk, and if she goes to war, and there were whatever you said, 6 or 12 barrels pointed at her like in a war, she wouldn't be a war hawk, but she is. She wants to send everybody else to war, not her, which is very true. That's what the left did. All the left did when Cheney was in office was say that he is a war hawk. All they did was call her a war hawk in the Iraq war. That's It was okay for Democrats to say that. Democrats were calling me during the Iraq war period on the air doing a talk show in Madison, Wisconsin at the time, calling me a war hawk, a chicken hawk. It was funny. All right, coming up next, we'll take your call on that. I'll give you the full text. I'll play it again if you missed it. Do you think Trump was calling for her to be shot in the face? Nancy in Dallas will be coming up next in 2 minutes at 8:15 on News Talk 820 WBAP, and now on FM at 93.3. By the way, chime in now too. Got the 4 lines open for you. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Even the Wall Street Journal shares their thoughts on this coming up next.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person. And I used to I'd have meetings with a lot of people, and she always wanted to go to war with people.
And then, even worse, he has increased his violent rhetoric, Donald Trump has, about political opponents, and in great detail, suggested rifles should be trained on former Representative Liz Cheney.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's what he said. Okay. We have 2 lines open, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Is that what he said, or did he say she's a war hawk? If she were the one going to war and had all those guns pointed at her like that, she should have all those barrels of whoever pointed at her, then she would think differently. The Wall Street Journal described it as Trump called Cheney a war hawk and said she should experience battle with guns trained on her face. That's exactly the right context. The media I played for in the last segment, they were all pretending that he was saying shoot her in the face. What a lie. But that's okay. I think people can figure it out for themselves, and I don't think that's going to change anything other than people that don't like him anyways. But let's see what you think. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Nancy in Dallas, WBAP. You're on.
Hey, thanks for having me on. You know, it's clear as day to me that he was saying a what if, or see how she would like it if she have to be the one to go to war, and if she were the one on the front lines having to face 8 barrels pointed at her face. It's clear as day to me. This is just another stupid game the Democrats play to the people that choose to get their news source from one place. Yeah. And those people are out there, and they cater to them.
But do you think...
They get votes.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
They get votes from those people.
Well, do you think those people that watch those networks I already played, do you think they were going to vote any other way anyways?
No, I don't. I think the people that have decided on Trump are going to vote for him, no matter whether they're undecided or they're Trump supporters.
Yeah, I don't think you could be undecided and watch those networks that are so biased like that anyways. I think you'd already be in the tank for Trump. And
I don't think it does anything to getting his votes. It's annoying, though, that the Democrats play these underhanded, immature, unintelligent games with the public. That's
right.
it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Thank you very much, Nancy. I'll ask you that, too. Do you think Trump was saying Liz Cheney should be shot or something else? And I try to say that seriously, but I mean, that's ridiculous. But I'm asking the question because some people are pretending like that's what he said. And was this a bad misstep on Trump's part, or will it affect his chances? And is Kamala trying to blow this up to take advantage of what he said? I think she is. Boy, it did a great job of trying to cover up the 12,000 jobs. 12,000 jobs in a country of 300 plus million or 315 million or 320 million. 1,200 jobs in 30 days. Woo! Here we come. Cliff, here we come. Right. Okay. And now we go to Trey in Duncanville. Hello, Trey. What's up, WBAP?
I would say this comment that Trump made. Really, the Democrats are desperate. They know they're doomed. They're not going to win this election. People more concerned about the jobs report as opposed to what Trump said, and they're trying to twist it, saying that he wanted to have Liz Cheney shot at. No, that's not what he said. And in fact, Abraham Lincoln told his wife that that their children should go fight and die in the Civil War. It's just the same. So I think this election is done. The Democrats are just desperate. And like I told you from day one, the very beginning, they've doomed themselves, especially when they signed out the executive order banning the Keystone Pipeline. I really don't see them winning Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. They have devastated and crippled the economies in those three states, and that's the states they needed to win. So I just don't see how they have a chance of winning. I may be wrong, but I just think people will vote their pocketbooks in the end, regardless of who says what.
It's coming. It's kind of shaken out right now, and I think that I think we have a good chance. I should say a good chance of a solid or moderately decent win. And I think it's really shaping up to be Trump's going to win Pennsylvania, and he's also going to win Arizona and Georgia and North Carolina, and I don't know about Nevada, but this it certainly looks like it could be a possibility this time. And I'm not sure if he'll win Wisconsin or Pennsylvania as of right now, but I will share a guy that both sides really like to use and hold him up and listen to what he says is Mark Halperin. And he said today that his sources in both parties say Kamala Harris not doing well in Georgia, North Carolina, and Arizona. I could have told you that. He also says one Democrat source and two Republicans say they're somewhere between surprised and shocked. They would be somewhere between surprised and shocked if Harris won Wisconsin. If she loses Wisconsin, she's done with those states. And in fact, he says it remains the base case that VP Harris is unlikely to win Georgia, North Carolina, and Arizona. If she does not win those three states, she must sweep the three blue walls: Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And he says, as I said, my reporting is she's in trouble in Wisconsin. This is based on three sources, two Republicans, one Democrat, all of whom know the state quite well, all of whom told me today the same version of what would be somewhere between surprised and shocked if she wins Wisconsin. I think he's going to win Pennsylvania, and I think according to this guy, he thinks Wisconsin. It's possible. I mean, God bless Wisconsin. I lived there at two separate jobs in two separate parts of the state, and it's a great state. Now, those people are different from us and all the other states. They really are. They and Minnesota are pretty similar, but Wisconsin's different too. Appreciate your call. Let's go to Douglas. Douglas in Fort Worth. Hello. Welcome to WBAP.
Hey, man. Thanks for having my call. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Listen, first off, this is a personal testimony, and this is why everybody who's listening, everybody in the city of Fort Worth, everybody in the United States of America has to vote for Donald Trump. I've been unemployed now for probably, 3 or 4 months. And I'm telling you right now, all the job search sites, there's no good jobs available. Zero. Every time I apply to a good job, I get replied back, sorry, we have other candidates, or there's too many candidates. And I'm telling you right now, like, I have 2 college degrees. I graduated from the University of North Texas, and it's hard. And like, I'm struggling, and there's many Americans that are just in the same situation I'm in, and so
and then you have grocery price, everything across the board, car to own a car, and everything that comes with it, insurance, repair, gas, and then for home, all the stuff that comes with it, and then everything for groceries and everything that we're talking about. All of it comes together, and you're in about a 25% to 30% increase. That's what they've done to us, and I'm sorry about your job situation. Know that you will get through this, my friend. You will. And I had 8 months. How long has it been for you?
Man, I'm going on 4 months, and I'm telling you, like, I'll spend like $10 for gas a week.
Yes.
Like, I stay in like a 5-mile radius in South Fort Worth, and it's awful, man. Listen,
it's awful. Do you have children? Do you have a wife? All right, I gotta go. But No?
No, I'm taking care of my elderly father.
Okay, all right. I got to roll. You cherish the time you're with him and spend it well and enjoy it. You will end up cherishing it as you look for your job, okay? Thank you, my friend. We have three lines open at 800-288-WBAP. Maybe they try to make up the lie about Trump wanting to shoot her in the face for people, because of the jobs number. Wait till you hear what CNBC reported this morning. That's next. Plus your call, 800-288-WBAP on News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 933.
It is time for the October jobs report. Rick Santelli has that number. He will in about a second. Hey, Rick.
Yes, the big jobs report, and the prophecy came true. Jobs light, 12,000 in non-farm payroll. That is the lightest going back to December of 2020, and partially explained, of course, by storms, hurricanes, and strikes, but there's more nuance to come. If you look at what the unemployment rate is, that remained at 4.1. So people are going to scratch their heads. Hey, lousy jobs report, why 4.1? Because the rate comes from the household survey, and the household survey counts those that are off work, absent due to strikes and storms. So they're counted as employed. It remains at 4.1%.
All right, that's Rick Santelli with Jobs Report. And then here comes the media. Oh, gosh. Trump said that Liz Cheney should be shot.
Violent rhetoric. Donald Trump going after political foe Liz Cheney.
Donald Trump calling for Liz Cheney being shot in the face.
This is not acceptable. This is so dangerous.
Wasn't that statement a disqualifying statement?
It should.
Why is he allowed to run for president?
I fled communism. This is exactly what communists do. Yep. They shoot their opponents.
Let's just be clear. When you talk about 9 barrels, I'm sorry for all the folks out there who want to dance on the head of a pin. That is what he is talking about, an execution fantasy.
An execution fantasy. My gosh, these people are... Actually, they're not nuts. They're just lying. Because that's all they do about this guy. And so they better get ready to keep lying, because I think he's going to win. That's where I feel tonight. And it's because of the latest, which we'll get into in just a little bit, actually. But first, we're going to also add in something else in a moment. We're going to add in the garbage stuff with Biden, and the White House is now in trouble. They may have broken the law by changing the transcripts, the official transcripts. That's in a moment. But first, your call. Do you think Trump was saying Liz Cheney should be shot or something else? Was this a bad misstep on Trump's part? Will this affect his chances in 4 days of winning? And is Kamala trying to blow this up and take advantage of what he said? Pretend like he said it? I think so. She knows the truth. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Inez in Arlington. Hello. This is WBAP.
Hi. Well, I just heard you playing what he actually said, and there was no doubt in my mind. He did not say that she should be shot. He said, what if? How would she feel if she was being shot at?
Right, as if she was in the theater, because she's a war hawk and she doesn't go into the theater, or she doesn't go to fight. But if she was, then she'd have 9 barrels pointed at her. Then I wonder what she'd think about it then. Would she be a war hawk then? That's exactly right. Yeah. So there's no question. There's no nuance or gray area here. They just grab something. They always do this. There was a leftist guy on Twitter that took 11 seconds. That made it look like he only said she needs to have 6 barrels pointed or 9 barrels pointed. That's all it was. Like nothing about she's a war hawk and she, I'd like to see her in there. No, it was just she needs 9 barrels pointed at her. Stop. That was it. Well,
that's the reason I don't listen to any of those stations, because all they do is, they tell lies and make things up about what someone said instead of what they actually said. They misinterpret it for everybody.
That's exactly right. Well, listen, I appreciate your call, Inez.
Thank you.
Thank you. 800-288-WBAP is the number, 800-288-9227. Also, oh my gosh. CNN is getting desperate. Tonight they have the Access Hollywood tape recirculates. They want to play the P word tape again. Oh, 8-9 years later, they want to play it again. Oh, I love this. Oh, my gosh. Throw more at us. We haven't seen it. Enough. Keep saying, he's saying to shoot people. Oh, he's going to grab somebody by the P word, whatever. Oh, get out of here. All right. None of this is going to change anybody's votes. They're in this bubble, and they're like, we got to reintroduce the P word tape. We got to reintroduce this. Nothing stops it from the fact that journalist Mark Halpern said that Democrats and Republicans in Wisconsin are in the know on what's going on in Wisconsin say that Kamala is in danger of losing it. She's going to lose it probably. And so that they will be shocked if she wins is what they said. That's bad. She can't win if she doesn't win that. And he's going to win. It is clear, and I'll go over a little bit later, he's going to win Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina. That means she has to win the blue wall. She's pulled out of North Carolina. It's over. She did that yesterday, officially pulling all of her ads. It's over. She cannot win North Carolina. She cannot win Arizona. And she cannot and will not win Georgia. He is burying her there. It's tremendous what's going on. In North Carolina and Georgia, the black vote is very heavy. It's a big deal. They have not voted in the numbers. I gave you the numbers yesterday. They're nowhere near where they need to be at a minimum to win. The minimum black vote is not showing up in Georgia because they're not enthused for Kamala anywhere near what they were for even old, white, rich Joe Biden. Isn't that funny? Reggie in Denton, hello. What do you got? WBAP.
Chris,
yes, sir.
When you don't have any ideas, no policies, nothing to go forward, all you do is reach, and you just take things out of context. This is all part of their plan. Nowhere in sight is there any idea to move the country forward. It's just this garbage. Orange man's bad, orange man's Hitler, orange man's fascist.
Yes.
It's the same old song. I mean, listen to his comment. It's clearly obvious. A 4-year-old understand what he meant.
Yes. So, I mean, isn't this funny? Like last night, I can't remember what it was. It was something on CNN screen saying how horrible this or that with Trump. And now tonight they're saying, oh, the Access Hollywood tape is recirculating from 9 years ago.
Right.
What the heck? Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, let's circulate that again. Why? Because we're losing. Let's remind them. Like as if we don't remember that. That's an easy one to forget. I'm sure you forgot that one, Reggie. Do you need me to remind you about that? Do you want me to play that for you?
Yes, I needed to be reminded. You know, isn't it hilarious, though, how they're saying how much of a threat this is and how dangerous this is? But it's funny, after his first assassination attempt, they all found it deplorable and it was hated. It can't happen. But after they found that second one who was hiding on the golf course, all of a sudden it became, well, he's kind of asking for it.
Yes! Yes!
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Yes. So, ridiculous, Reggie. Have you already voted?
Oh, yes, sir. I live in Beaumont. Yes, sir. First day, I was the first guy in line, sir.
Wow. On early voting, you were the first guy in the first day?
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. And I got a receipt for my vote, sir.
Good. You know, I did it on the third or fourth or fifth day because I was like, you know what, in our area they were packed for like 3 days, 30-minute waits and stuff was in the news, and that's because everybody got excited. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. There's like 12 days, so I voted like on the fifth day or fourth day, and there was no line. And my son voted yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, and there was no line. And my wife voted 3 or 4 days ago. There was no line. So we have 3 Trump votes in one house. We have 3 pieces of garbage. We have 3 garbage people who are garbage in this house. There you go, sir. Okay, Reggie.
Yeah, that's the Crock Hat Church. That's the Crock Hat.
Yes, and Reggie, when I heard you were a Trump supporter, I knew that you too are garbage. So you're garbage. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the women in our lives who support Trump are stupid and weak, right?
Yes, sir.
That's right. Mark Cuban's got it made. There we go. He's got it down. Thanks, brother. Brooke in Frisco. I love your calls. Hello, Brooke. You're on WBAP. Let's go.
Hi. Okay. They're always going to take one little piece of a whole comment that he says and only show that whatever he said. I actually didn't hear it, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't saying she needed to be shot. Because I know they're always going to twist whatever he says.
Yeah, do you want me to play it for you?
Sure.
Okay, here it is. And then before I play it for you, I want to read what's on the screen right now on CNN. You're going to love this. Gen Z cringes on TikTok. It says TikTok and the tape, quote unquote. Gen Z cringes hearing Trump's Access Hollywood tape for the first time. And there's a panel of 4 people on CNN acting like this is some story. I mean, isn't this freaking great? The P word tapes come back. They're like, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Get the P word tape. Get them. I know what we'll do. What do you mean that's old? No, get it. I'm telling you, we'll act like it's new. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's what Trump said yesterday with Tucker Carlson on stage in, I think it was in Michigan or who knows. It was one of those states. Here we go. Let's hear it.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person. And I used to I'd have meetings with a lot of people, and she always wanted to go to war with people.
So did you hear him saying that she should be shot in the face?
No.
Yeah.
I think he's just saying how would she feel if that happened to her?
Right. Like if she was in war.
You know?
Right.
And it's okay for them to try to kill him and try to do multiple assassinations, but
oh yeah.
You know, nobody made a big deal about that. You know, because they don't care about him. And one thing that I saw today is another comment. Jamie Raskin.
That guy's crazy. Yeah. He voted against certifying. He wouldn't certify the election in 2016, and yeah, exactly.
He's saying anybody can vote for Trump, but we're not going to certify the election anyway. We're not going to let him be inaugurated.
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly when he said that, but.
Yeah, here's what it's not going to. They're going to. I got to tell you something. You know that I don't know what the name is for that lady with the winter hat and the glasses who's yelling "No!" when she on the day Trump won in 2016. There's going to be 10,000 or 100,000 or 2 million of them across the country going "Yeah!" And there's going to be riots, and they're going to be freaking out, but he's going to win. I strongly feel that way. And I mean, I could be wrong, and people will be gleefully,
I think he's going to win.
Yeah, I'm already saying it again. He's going to win Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia, and maybe or not Nevada. That's fine if he does. I hope he does, but it's maybe. And then he's going to win Pennsylvania. It looks like right now. And if he wins the ones I mentioned, she must win at that point. She has to win the 3 blue walls. And I think she's going to win Pennsylvania. And now tonight, Mark Halperin, the journalist who is respected and mentioned on both sides a lot lately, said that 3 sources in Wisconsin, 2 are Republican, 1's Democrat, are saying they're going to be shocked and surprised if she wins Wisconsin because they don't think she's going to win it. That's surprised me to see that tonight. So,
I just hope we don't have the rioting like we had throughout Trump's presidency.
It's going to be worse, I think, but that's going to be fine. It is what it is.
I know that George Soros is the one that was behind a bunch of that.
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to be worse, but I hope not. I don't want it to be, but it'll be fine because it'll be during Biden and Kamala, and they'll look bad, and the Democrat cities will look bad if they let it go. That's on them. Trump's not the president, so he doesn't have to look bad. You know, so I think it'll be to their detriment to allow that to keep happening, but we'll see how it plays out. Anyways, thank you for your call, Brooke. I appreciate it. No! Bye. All right, coming up next, Joe Biden. I got to see if there's audio of that and if I can play it. It's going to be so fun to watch that in anticipation of it. There was a meme I saw of, the comedian that said the joke about Puerto Rico being a ocean of or whatever, an island of floating garbage. Actually, the reason why is there's a massive garbage problem all over Puerto Rico. It's massive. It's terrible. Okay, so that's what he was referring to. The guy was wrong to do it. It's not good. It's horrible to do that at a political rally for Trump. But that's what he was doing, and it showed his head. That guy's head, whatever his name is, Tony something or other, that Hinchcliffe. It showed his head up in the sky, the rays were coming out from his head like he was the sun. And all the flowers at the end of the flowers had that lady going, yeah! There was like thousands of them across the field. Get ready for that on Tuesday or night or Wednesday morning. It's going to be so great. Okay, coming up next to the Chris Crocker. We're having too much fun. That's winning. Coming up next, the Associated Press and others are saying, reporting today, that Biden press office conferred with Joe Biden himself. Hey, do you mind if we change the official transcripts, which may violate the Presidential Records Act, which you tried to go after Trump for, and that case got thrown out? We want to alter the transcripts. Guess what the stenographers said? The official White House stenographers said they went public with this, and they talked to the press because this is wrong and it's illegal. They said this explicitly was changed what the truth is, and we know this because we typed it out ourselves. And so this may violate the law. You're going to hear about all that coming up next on the Chris Crock Show. Mark Cuban, did he apologize for saying we are all, the women around Trump and all of us by de facto are weak and stupid? All that's coming up next in the Chris Crock Show. Mark Cuban, who has many women who came out and said, hey, Mark's best friends here have tried to sexually harass us for years and did vile things to us, and Mark never fired them because they're his besties. Yeah, Mark, you do great work, my friend. You do great work for the women. Anyways, has he apologized, or is he still standing by his statement that all of the women around Trump are stupid and weak? All that is next in the Chris Crock Show at 8:51 on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3 800-288 WBAP. Audio at length going back and forth where she keeps yelling no, and then she finally starts talking to the press. Listen to this. This is that woman in the neon green with the glasses and the black cap on, the winter cap on, screaming no as Trump is inaugurated in January.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald.
Yes! I am so sorry to my world. I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
Yes, it is.
We will face challenges.
There's so much potential.
But we will get the job done.
For beauty and for devastation. In this one moment, it's just almost incomprehensible that they can exist right now.
We exist!
And we are grateful
so
to
close.
President Obama.
Oh, so close. Oh, you're so close. Oh, you're almost there. Oh, keep trying. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. Maybe you're going to get it. Ooh. Ooh. You're so close. Ooh. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, I want her to be in front of the camera again. Her head's going to blow up. Okay, coming up next, as promised, Biden press office conferred with Biden, and he said, yes, go ahead and change the transcripts. He may have violated the law. I will give you all the details, and I will ask you if the cover-up is worse than the crime. Should they prosecute those responsible, even if it's Joe Biden like they did Trump? And, what do you, and then also, did Cuban offend you? Because he has followed it up today with his saying that women around Trump are weak and stupid. He followed up today on something. What did he say? And why didn't Kamala say anything about that today, huh? Interesting. Oh, she didn't get it. She didn't know about this. No big deal. Move on. Trump's going to try to kill people. All right, that's coming up next on the Chris Crock Show at 3 minutes after the hour. 800-288-WBAP is our number. Chime in right now. Lines wide open. 800-288-9227.